Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So on today's video we are going to be carrying on with our video series of if we could only play one game per console. And today we are going to be looking at the Nintendo home consoles. Now, what I am doing with the Nintendo consoles is I'm actually going to be splitting them out into two separate videos. So today we're going to be focusing on the Nintendo home consoles. So that will be the NES, the SNES, the N64, the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U, and I'm also going to include the Switch on this video. The reason I'm including it on this video and not the handhelds is because I really only play the Switch in docked mode. I don't play it out and about, so I don't really class it as a handheld. And then in the next video we will be concentrating on the handhelds. So that will be the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, DS and the 3DS. Now a couple of those I don't own. I don't own a Game Boy Color. I do have a couple of Game Boy Advances, but I don't actually have any games for them. Or not ones that I've played. So with those two I am going to be putting out what I would like to play on those. But yeah, Game Boy, DS and 3DS I've got games for, and I've got favourites that I like to play. So with that said, let's roll the intro and then we'll get straight into today's games. So, today's first game is on the NES. So that is going to be, I think to be quite honest, on the NES there is only one game that you're allowed to choose in a list like this. And for me it's going to be Super Mario Brothers, the original. Yeah, I haven't got one. Obviously, I did say in the looking ahead to 2022 video that one of the consoles that I essentially had to get hold of this year was a NES. I've got a NES Mini, but I'll be honest, I've never opened it. It's still brand new and sealed, just like my SNES Classic as well. I think the only one that I've actually got to play is my PlayStation Mini, and that's because I actually bought that separately to the boxed one that I've got. But back to the game. Yeah, so I played Super Mario when I was younger. I had friends that had Nintendo Entertainment System. I think I had two friends that lived across the street from me that both had it. So whenever I got the chance, I would have a go on it. And yeah, just absolutely loved it. Want to get back, want to play it again. So it will be one of the first games. If it doesn't come with the NES when I pick it up, it will be one of the first ones that I pick up. Then we move on to the Super Nintendo. And I've got a couple of games on the Super Nintendo. I think I've got about, well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not too many. But I do have a load of cart-onlys, but I'll explain a bit more about them when we talk about the N64, because yeah, I've got something that I'm not happy about there. So for the SNES, there is only one game that I would ever choose, and that is Donkey Kong Country. It is by far I personally think it's the best game on the SNES. When I first started really sort of upping my collecting of video games, this was one of the first games that I wanted to pick up. I actually picked it up last Christmas, so Christmas 2019, with some money that I was given. I actually picked up 3 games at the same time. I picked up this, I picked up Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart, just Mario 64. So I managed to get all 3. And yeah, this goes into my SNES quite often. I just enjoy just sitting down and playing it for a little while. Let me know in the comments down below, would you like me to do a Let's Play on Donkey Kong Country? Because I can actually hook my SNES up to my capture card, so we could play it on original hardware. So let me know in the comments down below if that is something you'd like to see, because if I'm honest, that would definitely be one of the games that I'd like to do a Let's Play on. Then we move on to the N64, and for the N64, it is going to be another game that I own, but it's a game that I've lost. So my choice is Star Fox 64, or more commonly known in the UK as Lylat Wars. I think the reason that it was a different title over here, if I remember right, it was something like George Lucas opposed the name, and he was able to get it blocked in like the UK or Europe, something like that. So that's why it's a different name over here. But yeah, it is by far my go-to N64 game. It's one that I will play constantly. And God knows how many times I've completed it now. I've completed it so often. And it's one of those games that once I start it, I finish it. I just literally play it from start to finish. But yeah, with the... so I've got Lylat Wars in cart only. But the problem is since we've moved, I've not been able to find my Nintendo cartridges. So I'm actually missing 4 N64 games. So that is Lylat Wars, Yoshi's Island, Wave Racer, and another one which I can't remember. And then I'm also missing my SNES cart onlys as well. So that was things like Street Fighter 2, Killer Instinct. There's quite, yeah, I think there's about 4. I think there's about 4 of each. So yeah, I'm desperate to find them. I've got a feeling that they're still buried somewhere in my bedroom, because we've still got a lot of stuff, not from the move, but just various bits that have been loaded up in a bedroom that do need to be sorted through. So yeah, I think I need to take some time, sort it out, and actually try and find them. Otherwise, I'm going to have to replace Lylat Wars because it's a game that I love to play. So yeah, fingers crossed I'm able to find it. If not, I will be buying a box complete version of it. Then next up we move on to the GameCube, and I've not got too many titles on the GameCube because the black GameCube that I've got hooked up to my TV, that's my main GameCube. I do actually have a second GameCube now, but that was actually picked up from the boot fair, and technically it doesn't exist yet. Because it's not been in a video. But yeah, so the black GameCube that I've got, I originally bought that for my brother. I think I bought it for Christmas for him. Bought things like Super Mario Sunshine, Burnout, games like that. And yeah, he played it sporadically, didn't play it too often. And then I can't remember how long he'd had it for, but he'd had it a while, and I ended up buying the game that I've picked. Essentially, I borrowed the GameCube for a little while, gave it back, and then also let him play the game that I'd bought. And the game was Resident Evil. So this is the Resident Evil remake. Originally, when it was released, it was exclusive to the GameCube, because at the time, Capcom and Nintendo had an agreement in place that Capcom would release, I think it was the next 3 Resident Evil games on Nintendo hardware. So this was the first game. The second game was Resident Evil 0. And then I believe that the contract essentially fell apart then. I think it was due to sort of lack of hardware sales or something along that line. So we never got the third. I don't think we ever got the third title released on or released exclusively on the N64, on the GameCube. Sorry. I don't think it was Resident Evil 4. I think Resident Evil 4 was released separately or before. I can't remember. Yeah, so obviously this was the first of the Resident Evil remakes, and as soon as I saw it coming out, I had to get it, and thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the remake. It was brilliant playing it with better graphics, and as well there was also expansions to the game as well. So there was the storyline with Lisa Travers was actually excluded from the original game, but it was brought back for the remake. And for any of you that have seen Welcome to Raccoon City, the latest Resident Evil film, Lisa Travers does actually play quite a big part in that film. So yeah, that is my GameCube choice. Then next up we move on to the Wii, and originally I could not think of what to pick on the Wii. So originally I'd picked Wii Sports. I am not picking Wii Sports. But when I was getting set up for the video, I was having another look on the shelf. There was a couple of games that I picked out. One is actually going to be a game that I'm going to cover on another video. So I thought I'd leave it out of this one. The other game that I was thinking of was Red Steel. I thought it was such an ingenious game when it first came out, and it ended up that my cousin bought it, and one time when he come over, he brought it over with him so that I could have a go at it. But I will admit I have not put in a lot of time with it, so I thought I'd leave that one. But what I ended up doing was picking one I've not played at all. So the one that I picked is one that actually my wife asked me to pick up, and I've sat and watched her play it a little while, and it is a Wii exclusive as well. It wasn't released on any other console, and it is Epic Mickey. So yeah, Epic Mickey was originally only released, well no, Epic Mickey has only ever been released on the Nintendo Wii. It's never been on any other console. It wasn't cross-platform. Epic Mickey 2 was cross-platform, but the first one was only on the Wii. And yeah, from what I've seen of it, it is a really, really good game. And I think if I would be more keen to play it if it used sort of traditional controllers or traditional controls. I think that's one of the reasons why I struggled so much to pick a Wii title, is because I'm not a massive fan. So yeah, I picked Epic Mickey for this for the Wii. Then we move on to the Wii U, and with the Wii U, I'll be honest, there's only one game that I've played on it, so that is the game that I've chosen. I've got, I think it's about 6 or 7 Wii U titles, but I don't have the console yet. I've been picking up the games, and yeah, I'm looking to pick up the console as and when, but at the moment there are other things that I would rather get over the Wii U. I will pick up the console at one point. So yeah, at the moment I've only actually ever played one Wii U title, and it was quite brief, and that was Zombi U. So it was one of the earlier titles, if not a release title for the Wii U, and yeah, just thought it was a really, really good take on the sort of zombie game. And yeah, as I say, I haven't played sort of too much of it, but I do have all of the Wii titles that I've been picking, all of the Wii U titles, sorry, that I've been picking up, all games that I want to play. So I've got a couple of I've got Super Mario Maker, I've got Star Fox Zero, I've got Super Mario Brothers U, I've got Pokemon Tournament. I've also got Smash. Smash Bros, and then I picked this one up. I think this actually come in with this was another one from the CEX challenge video. So yes, and then the final game that I've chosen is going to be on the Switch. Now I will say that this won't probably be a popular choice, but the reason that I haven't gone with the popular choice, now when I say that, I'm talking about games like Zelda, or I'm talking about, what other games have I got on the Switch? Yeah, the Mario games, Legend of Zelda, and yeah, I think that's about it from the main ones. I think there's a couple of games beyond there as well. But this isn't going to be a Mario, and this isn't going to be a Zelda game. The reason for that is because I've not actually physically played them. I've got the Zelda games, so I've got Skyward Sword and I've got Breath of the Wild, but I just have not had the chance to play them. Breath of the Wild, I want to play, but I want to actually have the time to sit down and play it properly, not just give it a couple of hours and then knock it on the head. So yeah, for that reason, I've picked a game that I have played. It was probably the first Switch game that I played. Thoroughly enjoyed it, spent a fair amount of time playing it as well. And it is Let's Go Pikachu. So yeah, you'll all know that I'm massively into Pokemon, both games, films, and the trading card game. So yeah, got to play this. I think I was playing this a couple of months before Diamond and Pearl got released. And yeah, really enjoyed it. If you haven't played this, I think it's Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are both the same game. If I'm right, I've not played Let's Go Eevee yet, but Let's Go Pikachu is actually essentially a modern remake of the original Pokemon games. So before I was playing this, I was playing Pokemon Red, and then when I played this, it was very like for like in the story. And everything else. So yeah, it was a good pickup. Enjoyed playing it, and yeah, just as I say, I've not, because I don't actually, the Switch isn't mine. It's actually my little one's, so I don't get to play it too often. I've sort of borrowed it to do Let's Plays, and was borrowing it sort of on and off to play this when I was playing it. But yes, I don't actually have my own Switch at the moment. I am waiting until stocks get a bit better for the OLED. But I know that they're already talking about potentially announcing a new console next year, with an aim for it to be released towards Q4 of 2023. So yeah, I'll keep my eye out for that, see what happens with that, and then if it's backwards compatible, then I may just hold off and get that. Oh, excuse me. Or if it's a completely new console, then I'll sort of make my mind up then. I'll be very surprised if it's not going to be backwards compatible, because I know that there's some quite high-end games being released this year. We've obviously got Breath of the Wild 2 coming out. We've got Arceus coming out. And I know that there's rumours floating about some other Zelda games getting the HD remake. So yeah, we'll just see with that. But with that said, that is going to wrap up today's video. Before you head off though, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to be kept up to date when I upload the next video in the series, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, and then you get notified when that goes live. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.